Lytro is a camera technology that uses light field or phenoptic technology since about 2006, when the company was put into business by an inventor, a technologist, an entrepreneur from Malaysia. And I think maybe 5 years before that, they were probably involved with investors and working to develop the technology. A lot of it has to do with the algorithm, but of course it's a concept. The concept of lytro has been around, vaguely suggested as early as 1906. It has to do with the fact that light comes in at different angles. That's real life. When I drive a car, and I'm sitting in a car right now, light does not come straight to a sensor. It doesn't come straight towards my eyes without any angle to it. So as I perceive light, I perceive the intensity of light, I perceive color, and I also perceive angle of light. And then beyond that, everything that I feel about it, the aesthetics of it and what it means, and you know, everything that it means. So the angle of view is extremely critical. As I drive, I see things out the side, and at one point in my paper I compared it to the spray of water. Let's say if someone was spraying your hand. Lytro is a very strange kind of technology because they use a lenticular lens, and the lens is as small as a pixel. The camera is, on the magnitude of about 1 megapixel. The light comes through a lens, and I'm not quite clear on the purpose of the lens, but as the algorithm compares light beams that are side by side coming through that lens, it's out of focus when it reaches the sensor, but it's capable of putting it in focus because of the lens. The lens has to be there. The only lens that's on a normal camera is a filter. So the light sensor in a Nikon or a Canon involves a filter, either red, green, or blue. RGB is what you see in Photoshop. That's subtractive primary colors. And those filters are over, so I guess you could call a filter a lens. Those filters are over the pixel. So in Lytro, they have to have the filters, I would say, and I can explain that a little bit, and they have to have a lenticular lens. It's a little bit, I have a cold, so it's a little bit hard to say it. Lenticular. Same as a lenticular cloud, if you're a pilot, by the way. The dangerous lenticular cloud. So kind of a cool word, and that's what's molded into a plastic substrate to make a Lytro camera. There is, by the way, in a regular sensor, there's a Bayer pattern, which means that the red and green and blue and white being clear, no filter, those sensors that produce a color picture are in a consistent pattern across the field. There is a fovean sensor invention, and I kind of thought I might do my paper on that. That is actually a kind of invention where all of those four are on 1 pixel, the ability to read red, green, and blue and white on every single pixel. So in effect, the fovean sensor provides 4 times as many pixels for whatever number you're seeing. If you let's explain it this way. If you have a camera that's 10 megapixels, in effect it's 2,500 megapixels, because one of them has to be red, one of them has to be green, one has to be blue, one has to be white, and then do the same thing all over again, all across the field. So it's sort of a 4-to-1 ratio. Lytro has to do that, but they also add a lenticular lens in front of the sensor to make a camera that can be focused later. So it profoundly changes the experience of the photographer. It's really a point-and-shoot camera. It goes for about $300, $300 to $500. There is an expensive one in Germany, which I think is actually a very attractive-looking camera. I might be attracted to that one a tiny bit, although I'm a Nikon person. I do FX photography, full-frame, full-sensor photography. The Lytro doesn't appeal to me that much. At least not the product line that they do. They only cater to consumers. You can get them in Target and Walmart. My 5 minutes is up, and that is my introduction to the lytro camera. And thanks for listening.